Yo, 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 what's the dealio, man? You already know I got a banger for you today, y'all. All right, so check this out, man. We have to switch up the steed, switch up the space. We got Wzdm Wednesday in the building, so you already know I'm going to give you guys some soul food today, right? Wzdm Wednesday is an opportunity for me to pour into you guys on a spiritual level, right? I really want these videos to come out to help build you guys up rather than just, stock market, because I'm a firm believer that some people are so poor, all they have is money, right? And so I want to just take time to really give you guys what I like to call soul food, right? So it's Wzdm Wednesday, man. This is the 7th one. We got a good one today, right? We got a good one today. So I'm going to read this and we're just gonna get into it. You already know I don't like wasting your time. I'm not with the fluff, right? So check this out, y'all. All right. Your output needs to be in alignment with your desired inputs. Okay. Output, energy, bills, expenses, input, money, opportunities, right? And so this is what I want to talk about. Your output versus your input, but also deposits and withdrawals. Okay? That's what we're going to focus our time here today on. Output versus input, and also deposits and withdrawals. Okay? So I want you guys to think about, really take a second and some time later on today to think about the things that you really want, right? The things that you really, really, really want in your life. The things that you want to experience. And when you think about these things, I want you to, in your mind, say, okay, this is an input, right? This is an input. So just follow what I'm saying right here, okay? So the things that you want to experience, that's your inputs, okay? Now, these are all of your desires, right? These are all of your desires, the things that you want, the things that you want to experience in the future, the things that you see yourself experiencing. All those are inputs. Now, on the next thing, I want you to think about, who do you need to become in order to experience that thing? Who do you need to become to experience the thing, right? What habits do you need to have? Seriously, how do you need to think? How do you need to think, right? That is an output, okay? A lot of times in life, we only focus on what we want. That's all we focus on, right? Human beings, we focus on what we want. But you got to start thinking in the perspective of, with the things that I want, who do I need to become? Because let me tell you this, right? It's not even about what do you need to do. It's about who do you need to become. Because you can know what to do, but not be the person that you need to become to get the things that you want. And then you be like, damn, why am I not where I want to be? Why am I not experiencing X, Y, and Z? Why don't I have that thing? I've been doing all the things, right? How many times you said that? I've been doing all the things, right? But I'm still not getting it. It's because you can know how to do the thing and still not be the person for the thing that you want to experience. Just let that simmer real quick, right? You know how to do the thing, but you still don't know who you need to become. And that right there is output, okay? That is output. So please understand this. Please understand this. Your output needs to be in alignment with your desired input. And it doesn't matter what aspect of life we're talking about. I want to really spend some time here because I hope that you could feel the energy through this video. I hope that you could feel the energy. If we spend enough time together, me and you, if we spend enough time together, what's going to happen is you are going to evolve. You are going to change. Your life will change for the better if we spend enough time, because what's happening is the energy is exchanging right now. Okay, so just follow me with what I'm saying here. Okay, so go back to the desired input. Right? What's alignment? Your actions have to match up. Excuses out the door. Period. Excuses out of the door. Because if you in alignment with what you want to experience, the excuses don't matter anymore. Because you know what you're willing to do to get where you want to get to. I hope that this is making sense here, right? You got to be so locked in and so focused on who do you need to become. Because a person that is a certain way, their thinking patterns are already built in inside of that person on a cellular level. It's subconscious at that point. Right? You don't want to have to think what to do. When you become the individual, you don't have to try, you just are. And that's why I say your output has to be in direct alignment with your desired input. Input is something being inputted into you. Experiencing things that you want to experience, things coming back to you. That is why it's the input. And your output is the energy that you're putting out there in the world, the energy that you're putting into yourself, right? So with the things that you want to experience in your future, right? Who do you need to become? How you need to move? Like, really think about that. Do you need to downsize your life? I've had to downsize before. I've had to make certain sacrifices before. And it fared well for me. Do you have to maybe take a untraditional approach to what you're thinking and how you living? Right? How do you need to operate? How do you need to feel about money? How do you need to view money? How do you need to view relationships? All of these things you have to ask yourself, and you have to answer that question. Because if you don't know who you need to become, you will not know what changes need to happen. You will not know what changes need to happen if you don't know who you need to become. Right? Because I don't talk to the individual that only wants to make money. If you only want to make money, all of this stuff is going to bore you. Right? All of this stuff is going to bore you. You're going to be laughing at it. But I really want you to understand that life is so much more than making money. I'm not saying don't get the money. I'm going to get the money. Right? But like, I want you to understand that you have to live above the money. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do. But in order to live above the money, you have to be in alignment with your principles. You have to be in alignment with your values. And you have to be willing to stand on those principles and those values more than you're willing to just say whatever and have excuses and do whatever you want to do. Right? Because a lot of times people go against what they say that their principles are. When an experience or a time pops up for them to actually demonstrate that. Right? So you got to be willing to stand on your principles and your values. And that's why I say it's way deeper than just money. We talking about evolution here. We talking about really changing who we are on a cellular level. We're not talking, I can tell you right now, okay, go make $100 a day in the stock market, do X, Y, and Z. I have a bunch of videos like that. But to really, really, really make the real shift that you desire in your life, and to make a consistent, be on a consistent growth trajectory in your life, you have to do deeper work than just the money, right? So whatever you're looking to do in life, whatever you're looking to accomplish, you got to think about the input versus the output. So what is your desired input? And then what's the output going to be? Because everything in life has a price. Everything in life has a price. Your future things that you want to experience, the price to pay is your old self. You got to kill yourself off. You have to. Right? You have to kill your lower self off. Every single day you get an opportunity to choose to be your higher self or your lower self. Or if you just want to be neutral, right? We all get choices. That's what free will is, right? But those choices are going to lead us down a direction and a path in life. And it's up to you to understand what path you're going down. And even if you don't know what path you're going down, you got to look at your decisions and say, okay, these decisions are taking me down this path. 1 + 1 is 2 in this scenario. But input versus output. And then we got deposits and withdrawals. If you are only putting in, 10 minutes every 2 days, every 5 days, how do you expect to get certain types of results when there's people that are putting hours per day into something? Trading, right? Paying off debt, in the gym, getting their body right, learning a skill, learning a craft. How much time do you think that individual is putting in? Somebody who wants to be great. Somebody who has aspirations to be great at a thing. Because you can be good, but what about being great? What about being exceptional? You don't become exceptional by only putting in a couple hours a week at a thing. If you want to do things passively, you're going to get paid passively. When I was selling solar, we would always say, you work like a grown man, you're going to get paid like a grown man. If you work like a kid, you're going to get paid like a kid. Your output literally is going to give you your input. It's going to give you your input. And so you have to accept that where you are in life is literally because that is where you want to be based on your output. You are choosing to make certain decisions every single day. You're choosing to. Every single day. You fill in for your life what it is. I don't know what it is, but I was brought here to help you, right? Elevate, ascend, and transcend and overcome anything that's in the way of you getting where you want to get to. That's why you're watching this video right now. So I really, really, really want you to understand that your output has to be a direct reflection and be in alignment with your desired input. Do not desire something or want something, but you are not asking yourself, who do I need to be? What needs to be my operating software? What needs to be my default setting? That's the key. And this is not me talking at you. This is based off of things that I've gone through and I've experienced. And I've worked through. I've gone through the journey. I'm still going through the journey continuously because it never stops. It never stops. You're going to be on a journey for the rest of your life if you are in pursuit of the best version of yourself. It's never going to stop. So it's extremely imperative that you learn to get comfortable with stretching yourself. Right? So listen, y'all, I could go on and on. I could go on and on. I hope that you understood what was said. and I hope that you received it. So if you made it to this video, put it in the comments, man. Received. If you received this message, if you received this video, if you received this concept, let me know in the comments that you received it. Right? Let me know. Let me know what hit you in the video, right? We all here to help each other really grow and evolve on a different level, right? It's about being unforgettable. In order to be unforgettable, you literally have to do things that the average person is not willing to do to grow. Meet people that you never met, right? So I hope that this video blessed you guys today, all right? I hope y'all have a great day, all right? So like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, all right? And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry, all right? I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Stay smooth.